Right.
So how was it for you to do
The
the exercise?
exercise. Yeah.
Maybe you can just share it while we talk.
Right. So this is like the circle, when we sit in a circle and no, we talk about what happened.
In
Um,
the contemporary
that
dance workshop.
exactly. Yeah.
How was it for you? Yeah. How was it for you? Yes.
Okay, I have to come back to that moment, right? It's been a few hours, but it's like
Wait,
it's
sorry, can
hard.
you share can you share your screen while you're doing saying this?
Yes. Wait a second. Um, by the way, I started to find the way to do this with command line, like to make the video composition. So where is it? Um, so it
But
was
there's a link.
really like,
It's like Linux command line like from the Mac.
yeah, because Mac has I mean, Mac is like Linux, right?
Yeah.
I mean Unix, and you can
Yeah,
have like
that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
FFmpeg command line, and you can write. It's more almost like a program to like set how you want to make the composition with 4 videos, and then what's the start time. I figured out how to set the start time, so they're not perfectly synced, but more or less like synchronized. Like I adjusted manually, but instead of like cropping like videos in QuickTime and then put them together, but this one, like I said, like, okay, this image 1 second delay, this one 2 seconds delay, because everyone has different delays. I just write it that in the command line and like put them together. Anyways, so I'm starting to find the pipeline of, or the workflow to put them together.
This is interesting. I would like to get to know that, but I mean not now.
Yeah. So, um, so on the left side, it's the more like inside, right? How you feel about this. I mean, you have to feel the shape. Is it like how is it? Uniform? No, protection is a circle. But instead of like expressing, we're feeling it. And on the
Yeah.
right side, they're the ones that more like expressive.
Yeah, so like, but so the exercise before this, the symbols was to do with the body to follow the point and a line, right? Just that
Yeah,
the point, the line, and
like
then
two
after
dots. Yeah,
we introduce a circle, a square, and a triangle. Yeah,
it's separate from the line. Yeah,
yeah, and then the circle was about protection,
right.
triangle was about manifestation or
Balance. Yeah,
balance manifestation. This and then the square was about grounding.
grounding. Yeah,
What else?
stability or something like that. I don't know. I forgot.
Grounding. It's funny also to see. Okay, like yeah, but please go on.
Yeah. So because we did like twice, like first round, I was like just I kept thinking like what would it be in the second round. So I was like already kind of like thinking about it, although I was not doing, you know, like gestural stuff in the first round. And then I kind of like I was like mentally rehearsing like how it would be, like what would be the movement. And
While
then I
you were
did it
while you were doing the first one.
first one, yeah.
Yeah, it
Like I had
happened to
time
me.
to like yeah, to prepare and then but then like, it's because when you were talking about this idea, like it felt like almost like, you apply like different styles to the movement. So, like circle would be like, I don't know, like can be like type of dance movements or um style, like you said ballet for, I don't know, like was a
The
triangle.
triangle. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like kind of, I mean, okay, so first of all, I don't have like formal dance education, so I can't do that. Although I can just, pretend something. But then like, I felt like that's not really the what we're looking for because that's just a style, right? There's something like added on top of it. But I felt like it has to come from the inside. So I tried to take it more like simple, like triangle was the easiest one to me because I thought about balance. So when I was moving, like I try to like really think about the balance of the body. So if you look at me, like, in the video, like when the hand is going this way, then I counterbalance myself just to,
Mm,
think about the mechanics, about the body itself. But like really like exaggerating that. And the square, I really like did the opposite so that I was like really like still, like, and then just like feeling the arm really light so that it's like not affecting the trunk or the stem. Circle, I don't know. Circle, I was trying to like do something that is more like round and yeah, but it was not really like doesn't really click to me.
can
But
you
yeah,
fast forward to the circle?
to go back to the circle. Yeah.
No, to the
Oh, the
square, sorry.
square. Yeah. Okay. So this was when it started almost. Yeah. I like how my gaze changes, but it's a little bit subtle, I think, what I was doing.
It is super subtle, like, but that's what I think is what I like from the composition is while I was doing the exercise, I noticed like my changes should be very small.
Mm,
So then you have a yeah, you have half of your body is the composition of yours is you are in the screen, half of your body is screen.
right.
So then you can see the subtle changes in your intention, but also like the hands, for instance. Your
Mm,
hands are different.
yeah. By the way, I was not looking at the camera image of myself when I was moving, so that's why like sometimes it goes off the screen because I was not really looking at myself. I was just looking at the video Pathfinder
Hmm.
because otherwise I start, like it's like a mirror in the dance studio and contemporary dance studios, they don't have mirrors. So.
But something that I thought that is needed in the wait. Did you did it one after the other? I mean, did you did this exercise for 20 minutes non-stop?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. How was that for you?
Um,
This is really like contemporary workshop.
I know, I know.
That's contemporary.
No, it was good. Like, the only thing that was tiring is my eyes, I have to say. Because I,
Okay.
I noticed like after like 10 minutes, like my eyes started like not dry, but I think it was dry actually. Because I noticed that I was really like focusing on the screen and then okay, like I have to blink, like otherwise, I mean, this is not good. But
Right.
in terms of like going to the flow, I think it was fine. Like going like for like 20 minutes, I could I could do it easily.
Yeah, for me was like because I was using my whole body, it was intense.
Mm, yeah, yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
It was quite intense, yeah. Wait, give me a second.
and that's it. Oh, do you want to see it again?
Yeah, you can keep it. You can put it. So I thought that was uh I think that we should spend some time more in the I think within the storytelling or in dramaturgy or in the narrative. With that I mean the intention. What are the basically the selection of the words, what a triangle means, what a square means, and what a because I mean that's the sigil basically. So
Right.
that's what ideally should create meaning or open like a special meaning for you and for me. So I think we should find like we should spend time in there. It should be special. So yeah, it must be something different. Like for instance, what you will remember, like my memory on the commands were protection, protection, manifestation. So protection, yeah, protection, triangle manifestation, and grounding square.
Right.
So and yours were what is the stays in your head like if you think fast, what were the three of you
I
in
just saw
one
it
word?
again, but like I think circle was like unity.
Okay,
Like or maybe I thought uniform, but I think it's just unity. And balance is triangle
balance.
and
Yeah,
grounding.
yeah. That's interesting. So because I mean these words are given from us for us. So what I found is interesting is that we have a different interpretation, or like we jump into something that is for whatever reason. Like I guess I just it stays in my head, but was the fact that for some personal reason it stays in my head that word. Uh, so I think we could find. Maybe we can just do it now. Like let's like to write possible meanings for this circle, triangle, and square.
Okay. Like just to ex expand, extend from this.
To expand this, like yeah,
Hmm. See. Oh, find another place. Circle, triangle, square. But like from the movement or like the experience or
uh,
whatever. Whatever.
that's a tricky. Yeah, that's a tricky. No, that's tricky.
Yeah, like we have it's interesting because we have already experience with it.
Okay, I will just let's do let. Oh fuck! No, what I did. Uh, no, no, I'm doing.
Oh, you want to write it together? I thought like we're writing separate. Yeah, let's just do it now and then format it later.
Round, circle.
It's equilibrium, correct? Should we talk about it?
Yep.
I think I put it in the wrong place, so I will just take everything up here.
Yeah, we just put it there on top. I
Yeah,
mean,
because I thought we'd write separately, so I just like found somewhere underneath, but that's fine. So let's just put okay. So now what do we have in the circle? So we have circle, curve, softness, round, complete, stable, uniform, flow, eternity, infinite.
a
I
circle
wrote
is,
the last ones, yeah.
yeah, but like a circle is, I think is continuous, no? Is a continuous thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe just let's read all of them first. Triangle equilibrium, precarious potential, precarious. Yeah, I kind of like this. Just potential perspective. Yeah, difference
Nice.
is different. Yeah, visible angle edge. Yeah, yeah. Square.
Square, solid, rigid, slow, grounding, always there, continuous line,
Yeah,
modular, pixel, block.
it's kind of boring.
Kind of boring. Why?
I don't
Yeah.
know, but that's my feeling. No, it's a bit.
Yeah,
It's just
I know.
square.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's just like when you do like a circle. It's just a circle geometrically. I mean, you make just is a square with many more sides,
Mm.
like in a in a
Like a
in a,
polygon. Yeah.
in a polygon.
Yeah.
So it's so a square is just a boring circle. It's a boring circle.
Boring.
Um, but so in a way, it seems to me like kind of like the triangle is kind of a start, no? Like between these three things, like triangle is a shining thing. It's a shining thing.
Mm,
Um, the square, I don't know if it's also because it appears at the end. Could be that bias that we have.
maybe.
But it's kind of like it's just like the earth. It's just like the earth. Like you don't question that the earth is there,
Mm,
but you need it, but it's not something that you would really think about. It's the earth. I don't know. It's like
yeah.
it's
A bit
something that
neutral.
it's kind of, yeah, it's neutral. Yeah, true. It's a neutral thing.
Now it's funny, like we have these characters, these symbols.
But yeah, but this is I think this is nice. This is cool. It should be um and the circle, like, so, and then the circle is kind of like, it's a stable, no? I mean, the circle is like is stable, no?
But
How
we said square is stable. I mean, not stable, but like we didn't write stable, but it's like solid or like,
neutral?
it's
We said that it's
grounding,
neutral. Is it, yeah, ground?
neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think that I don't think that I don't see that the circle is grounding. I think that I will say like the square is more close to a physical thing, and the circle is more close to metaphysical. um how to say it? Curve, softness, round, complete, stable.
Hmm. I almost want to say equilibrium, but that's in triangle. That's like it's kind of funny.
Uh,
But like circle is like a movement. It's like
yeah,
constant, like
exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. It's
dynamic.
dynamic. Yeah, it's dynamic.
Yeah.
It proposes movement. Yeah. Yeah, it's dynamic. Yeah.
I like when I think there was like sayings in Aikido that like the stillness we're looking for is like constant movement. Like it's not like you stop and you have stillness, but it's like always, in movement, which makes sense because body, you cannot stop, right? Because the blood is flowing, all these, things are happening. So when you want to be still, you have to like there's like micro movement in there.
In your stillness.
Yeah. So that's something I relate to the circle that is, it's like constant movement dynamic, but it's like staying there in a way. It's like a top, like you
The circle.
spin.
The
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like a top when you spin it. It's just staying there, but it's like constantly spinning, right? That's how it's
But you
balancing
don't
itself.
see it. Like, but I think you have a good point. Is like, in that's it is connected to what I was saying, like physical and metaphysical, in the sense that the circle is kind of like the Earth, like the Earth is is rotating, is moving so, and I mean, and the planet is moving so fast, but we don't see it because we are in the circle. It's like it's something
Mm,
that that is stable. It's stable, but it is that dynamic, but you are part of it. Like you cannot see it because you are, it's like in the spirit you are, it's a spirit that you are in. It's like the planet. I think it's more concrete. Like the planet is spinning fast, but we don't see it because we
mm,
are in the planet.
right.
While the square, and when I speak about the Earth, is something that you perceive. I mean, every step that you take is the square is there. The square is there to support you.
Mm, mm. I see. Like a base or like I don't know what's the right word for it.
I think
Yeah.
it's a good word. So I think it's like, yeah, base is a good word. Yeah, it's it's ground. Yeah, base ground is the base of a circle. Yeah, like the Earth, like the small Earth. I think I think scale also in a way it works.
Mm,
Like in an analogy, like from the universe and the planet rotating and you in the middle. I will say like we are the triangle in a planet that is rotating. So I would say like the triangle is inside of this sphere that is a planet, and and but then they exist because there is Earth. I mean, I think is this is like the seeing the planet like in this scale is possible only because the Earth. I mean, without Earth, without the physical Earth, there is no planet, there is no triangle, there is not nothing. You see what I mean? Like the Earth, like, or the start thinking about the planet is possible because there is a lot of Earth.
yeah, like
I
a
mean,
building blocks. Actually, I wrote
exactly.
this, like modular. I also I think it's funny like this kind of analogy with the pixel because square always like make me think of pixels.
Yeah, but I think is that it's just a bunch of Earth that becomes a planet.
Mm. Or like if you magnify a circle, then it starts to become like a line, right? Like the circumference of the
Yeah. Then because that's that.
circle,
Yeah.
like if you see like in a micro level, I don't know what's sort of, but
No,
yeah.
but you mean like if you scale up, if you, the planet, then you see. I mean, that's why we don't see it round, no, because it's just.
It's
because we
flat.
are, because it's flat.
So the Earth is flat.
But then how is it like we don't see the round of the do we see the round of the planet? Do we see the round of the roundness of the planet? I mean, when you look at the sky, is it round?
Not really sure. Like some people say, like if you're on a, tower or something like higher up, then if you look at the horizon, it's a little bit like round. But is it because the Earth is round, or is it the perspective? I think it is
It
because
is the
it's round, right?
perspective.
Or is it?
It is. I
Yeah, like
mean,
because now, like if I think of a 360 video, it starts to like deform like this. Like I'm not sure if it's just the perspective or it's actually the roundness.
but the Earth is round, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's flat, but it goes around. No, you can just walk. I mean, yeah, it's just this is it's a thing of a scale. No, it's exactly in a circle. You are walking a line that it just connects at some point, but it's just a matter of scale. It's just you're walking a line. That the circle is a line that connects itself, but then you won't see you won't feel the perception that is the inclination, uh, because of the scaling. Like if
Right.
you could like you can just walk. I think we were talking of this with Gabriel, and that's like in
Yeah.
chaos theory, also like that. Yeah, it's just a matter of scale. Like we are
Mm.
walking. I think the Earth should be round, isn't it? Like the Earth
Yeah.
should be like round. No, like I mean that was
Conspiracy
established
theory.
years ago. It was established the Earth is round.
Yes.
um, so I guess it's
Yeah.
just a matter of scaling. It's just like
Yeah.
you are in a segment. So and
Yeah.
you keep on walking. You're in a different segment, but you are walking around.
Yeah. It's just approximation because, just driving for a few kilometers, it doesn't really affect that the Earth is round. It doesn't really affect. But if you're flying, then it starts to, affect the story, right? Like, I mean, the travel distance, if gets longer and longer, then you have to take that into account. But normally, like if in daily life, it doesn't really matter.
But this is like okay, this is going somewhere like like in a different place. But I think it's interesting. I mean, I see
Yeah.
like because it touches the perspective and it's something that people can relate.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
um,
this I found it's interesting. Like I don't know if you're like familiar with like hyperbolic space or something. Like so
can you mention something?
um is it the right word? I'm gonna check. But basically I'm just saying this because there are some video games that yeah, I think it's hyperbolic space that basically some video games like in VR they try to make simulate this kind of space that is not flat basically. Like the
No,
I'm gonna find some videos, but
this is interesting.
so normally, like, if you walk, I don't know, for 1 meter to the front, turn 90 degrees, 1 meter, turn 90 degrees, 1 meter, turn 90 degrees, 1 meter, then you come back to the original position, right? If you walk in the square.
Yeah.
But in this space, it will end up in different space. For example,
So depending of the angle or what?
because it's kind of like the space is kind of deformed.
Yeah.
And there are some
Okay.
VR like video games that they simulate this kind of space. Is it hyperbolic space actually? I'm not sure.
You can work with Unity?
I think it's really like you have to come up with something smart because in Unity it's XYZ. It's a Cartesian space. non-Euclidean space, something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, you have to do some kind of like ray tracing or something if you want to do it like in a physical level. So I don't know, maybe you should just watch some videos actually.
Like space. So no way, no. Oh, we should watch. Watch this movie I wanted to watch today. Like, have you seen this thing called? I haven't watched it, but I think it's going
Mm,
in that, but more Hollywood style, I guess. I think it's called Doctor Strange, a Marvel
okay.
movie. Have you seen that movie,
No.
Doctor Strange? I think like so it's a Marvel story, but I think it's just based on uh Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange
Like
movie.
this is something I was explaining.
Oh yeah, so you go. It's a different. Wait, I remember
Yeah.
this guy that before, like we were joking and they were talking about these non-Euclidean spaces. So what is it? So what is
Yeah.
an Euclidean? Like the traditional geometry is Euclidean.
Yeah, Euclidean, like XYZ.
Okay, so a neo-Euclidean is it uses different references to create things.
It's like deformed. So like if you're standing in different place, things look in a different scale, for example, like this one. I think this one is like, wait, what? What is going on? It's just like 3 rooms, but it's in the square, I think. Yeah.
So, but because it depends of the where the when
Okay,
the
so
door that
this,
you're taking it translate take you to a different rooms.
yeah, because normally like if you split square into four, you have 4 rooms, but here now you have
Yeah.
like 6 rooms, like, but they're all square.
I mean, but so I guess so like portals in a game engine works in that way. Like when you're working with portals, right? Is as non-Euclidean
So
spaces.
yeah, I think in in this case they simulate it as like a portal. I mean, there are different ways to like simulate this, but basically like portal is like one way of doing it, I think. Yeah.
Trailer. I need to watch this. Um, we should watch this. I don't know how useful it will be, but I think we should watch this thing. I'll send you here.
Okay.
Like, let's watch the trailer together. Like,
Okay. So let's stop this for now.
um,
Maybe we have to reset Zoom
yeah,
meeting
yeah, yeah.
again. Okay, I'm gonna just load it. I mean, I'm gonna come back and then load it again.
Yeah. That's the way how our work evolves. Like now, are we watching trailers of movies?
And is this one?
It's called a multiverse, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse something.
Wait, am I not sharing? Sorry.
You're not sure.
That's, oh my gosh.
Don't
I
be
feel
selfish.
suddenly I feel so illiterate in this.
Every night, I dream the same dream. And then, the nightmare begins. I did what I had to do to protect our world.
strange. You opened the doorway between universes, and we don't know who or what will walk through it.
Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
Dangerous.
He was right.
I'm sorry, Stephen. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished. We should tell him the truth. Things just got out of hand.
You break the rules. Look out! You become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
I think the first one seems more interesting. I mean, that you get the
Yeah.
point of sharing this.
Yeah.
on the thing.
I was trying to
So, but-
think. Yeah.
In short, like then, if I understand correctly, I mean, I put it in the notes also. Then, like, I mean, you can make this analogy like Euclidean spaces will be. I mean, you can put it more attached to reality, or like the way how we understand the world, how we construct worlds, and also 3D. I mean, classical geometrical objects, and then this no Euclidean space like to multiple spaces, or like things that are not real, or that they don't follow the physics that we understand,
Mm,
right?
Right.
Okay, no, I get why like these guys were joking so much, like with like these like non-Euclidean spaces.
Mm.
So wait, so like a non-Euclidean space somehow is like a sigil, like from that. This is the analogy, like a sigil, like basically like if you use the sigil, it should transport you through a different space. Like
That could be one way. Yeah.
one way to see it, like a sigil is a. I mean, I'm trying, I guess, to mix things that it just make no sense, no, like, but just like reality with or like I don't know if it's reality, like yeah, reality with things that are metaphysical, like and mix it with knowledge somehow, like established knowledge. Like if you if you're in a space, in a real space, but then you use a sigil or you use magic, then you are transported to a. So the spiritual space, the spiritual space is just a non-Euclidean space. Actually, it's just a non-Euclidean space. So it's not that it's not existing. It's not that it's metaphysical and it's so weird. It's just a non-Euclidean space.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it has to be like Euclidean or not, but I mean, in a way, like coming back to where we started, like because in VR, everything is different from this world, right? And then it makes sense, like in VR, just think about circles and triangles and squares that we don't really think in this world. We
Right.
don't really think about, okay, wow, this is a circle. What does it mean? We don't really think about like that. But then in the VR space, it makes sense to, like if there's a circle, then what is this circle? Or like, what's this square? And that's actually has the meaning, like we talked about. It can be expanded to like Euclidean, non-Euclidean space idea as well. But I mean, it's kind of interesting because in a way, like kind of what adds when we talk about Euclidean, non-Euclidean space, then that's kind of like expanding our knowledge of shapes, like in a, you know, like in this world, you might think about dog species, or, you know, like what you, when I go to Colombia, what kind of fruit I eat, find this, these, you know, encounters of, you know, new species or new um, products or whatever. But in the geometric, let's say VR space, then what's exciting, what we encounter is, you know, different polygons, and then, you know, you have like non-Euclidean space, and, you know, the lines start to become a square, and it became like a cube. That's something exciting in that space, what you would discover, like like a colonizer. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah, I
know
get
what I'm
it.
saying.
I don't know. Like, I think that's this interesting partly because we can go with, like, we have to go back on this. That we have to move. Um, on the on because of the time on the space. How, like, I think time is would be an interesting factor. I think could in the sense that maybe we can start playing also with idea, like maybe using clocks, like thinking that should be from the outside, like then
Hmm.
like then I mean, going back to the practice, I think one of the things that work is because we, like, there is this time, there is this clock, so the reference start it gives us a starting point, a reference point. Um, because, like, I mean, time only, it's just time is a reference point, and when you start becoming complicated, as you were mentioning, is when you're moving, said, in the planet, for instance, like when you're moving time zones on this, because then you have to start like breaking down what is time. So, but time is just that, like, the way how we use it is as a reference point to exist, basically, right?
Right.
But I think in science, it is being seen mainly in two ways. One is like there is an universal time somehow. There is the one that we share, like that we establish. Um, but there is also the internal time, like it is close to the perception
Mm,
of time. So there's
right.
two big different uh, ways to perceive time. I mean, and that you can go really into, like, I did that at some point, like last year. I was reading and doing something with that. Can go really into that, but I'm start seeing that the element of time, um, we can use this element of time somehow. At this point, I think, because I think we should put like so rather, I will say that rather than doing, and best practices, normally we work a lot with a black box in a way, like we don't describe, or we don't know somehow what is happening, we just do it in a black box way. So I'm trying to invert the process here, like, say, for instance,
Mm,
maybe we just I think, like, this element of time also could be literally, like, it doesn't have to be aesthetically interesting at the moment, but it should be present. Like, this is
mm,
what you're doing this is what you're doing now when you're doing the videos, like you're using with you you're playing with that,
right.
you're putting in there
Right.
nicely, like, I mean, it's nicely done. What I'm saying is, like, what doesn't have to be like, it's just like, I'm thinking from the outside point of view. I don't know also where I'm going with this, but it's to help somebody to understand, what if it says like the 4 videos have been synced or something, there's a message that it says clearly these 4 videos have been synced, or like just being more literal in the way how we access do anything.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, this is a little bit different example, but I don't know. if I ever shared this to you or if you've seen this. Wait a second, I'm gonna share it. I mean, this is like brilliant example.
2、1。
Skip forward.
Are they receiving electrical impulses?
Yeah, so like a stimulation on their muscles. Actually, Kafai also does this, but this is from Daito in Japan, and basically, everything is timed. So they recorded and they put together as a montage, and that's just like how we did. And
This
it's
is amazing. This is close to what you're doing. I mean,
yeah,
this is very interesting.
yeah, and of
Because
course it's
everybody,
synchronized.
yeah, it works because yeah, it's synchronized, but then you can see everybody is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really interesting. Yeah. Can you put it in reference there? Like,
Yeah, we'll
I
do
think it works.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to move, but I really like somehow I don't know where the fuck are we going with this, but I'm very excited, and I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite exciting.
Yeah.
We should do a practice.
Yes.
Like how to let's talk on that in the coming days.
Right.
So also have to narrow down next week, start thinking like more what to present for the academy, but they
Right.
still does for the 8, so still there's like 20 days.
Yeah, and I think
Fine.
we are on track, and yeah, we just have to continue, and then it's good.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so tomorrow then we see each other before. So I guess then we have a meeting at 3, no?
Yes.
With them. Tomorrow is at 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm imposing my European time over you, like you don't exist when I mention time. I realize that when
It's at 11 p.m. for me. That's fine.
I'm just like so like Gabriel was like he was like yeah, he's like I'm so European, like so he was teasing me on that, like you just don't care. You just assume everybody has to adapt to you,
Exactly.
like it's like no. Everybody has to speak English, everybody has to
Yeah. Voila.
yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go. Yesterday I saw a piece. I don't know if you saw this piece of Brigitte that is
Yeah.
called
I just saw the video, like this glitchy thing, right?
how it's called. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't think it was bad at all. It was interesting. It was interesting, like the way how she managed to put a lot of shit and a lot of different things. But it was I also didn't felt overwhelming, like for all the things that she was putting in top.
Yeah,
But
they're doing
she
an
did a
interesting thing. Yeah, I really like the approach. Yeah,
yeah, because it's messy. Also, I think she like
it
that she
is.
started she uses a motion capture system, and then she does this a very nice the way how she started, like she's just bringing this thing and she does it in front of you. Like the notches, like you just see there's these lights, you don't know what is it, and then at some point you understand, those are the things, and then she just sits and she does the ritual to put these things. And you don't see them right away, but then you see them afterwards. So in somehow like this space, passing from this analog space to the digital space, you're taking care of in the journey. She takes care of that. That is like you are getting there. Also, I think the team that worked with her, like they were working in real time. I don't think you can do that with Unity. I was curious. That should be
I'm sure
Unreal because
they're using Unreal, but I'm sure
But
you
you
can
should,
do it
like,
with Unity as well,
yeah,
but it's a bit hacky probably.
because I mean, Unreal is made to work on real time, no?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Also.
Everything is possible. Cool. Then we talk
Okay.
tomorrow, and
Yes, I'm gonna see today something. Today something about this. I'm curious to see it. Like, she won a prize last year. Something. This
what
girl, like,
window
it's just,
is no.
it's young, but it's kind of like it's going good for
Oh my
her.
gosh, what's wrong with this website?
I know, like they're trying to be
Oh my
very
gosh.
creative, and then it's just like
Oh my
it's all,
gosh. All these design studios.
it's fucked up.
No. No, I don't know them. But okay, interesting.
Yep, I'll see what happens. We'll
Yep.
see. Okay, so we have this meeting tomorrow at 3, no?
Yep.
Okay, so
We can talk before. I mean, I'm here, so
well, let's talk in the morning. I mean, the morning, in my morning.
yeah.
Let's talk around the same today. Like we see.
Yeah, that
If
would
I'm
be better. Like after that meeting, I think I can't take
no.
it. So
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Don't worry. Let's just we are working. I mean, no, today is Sunday. We are working every day.
Yeah.
So like it's fine.
Yeah,
Just
it's good that we find the workflow somehow.
yeah. But we cannot say that for them. Like this is the workflow. Like this is just not working.
Workflow is not
But
working.
this is different because like we are not dealing with other people. That's the difference. Like then deal with other people. Like I mean, meaning that
Right.
just take the decision, the
Yeah, I mean,
theater. It's just
yeah.
it's different.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of, perspective. Like this workflow works because, I mean, this is the best we can do. So we can't do it
Right.
more than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you
Yeah.
tomorrow. Thanks for the talk. That was very interesting.
Yeah, it was fun.
Can you, if you manage? I know, but it's sleeping time for you. If you can, would be nice if you can see a movie, but maybe tomorrow. Can you try to see that movie if you can? Like the first one.
Well, I'll check what it's on. I don't have any subscription anywhere right now, but I'll try to check it out.
Like the one of 2016, like because I think the other one is like very dramatic, but the first one I think they touch more about like how the world works on this thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Thanks a lot. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.